Or if you want to catch a Mason on the phone, you just tell them that H. Abiff is calling, and believe me, you'll get service right away.
Well, that's good to know. We can certainly use information like that. But we know that some of the symbols and signals and signs used in the Masonic order were also used by the Knights Templars and others. So this didn't come strictly from this one society, but literally they are all one. What are some of the vocal signals, the speech, what words, besides Hiram Abiff, what else would you say to someone to solicit whether or not they were in fact Freemasons?
One of them that I've also come across, and I've seen this in writing, and it was a bit of a mystery to me until I sought some advice about it. They'll ask each other if they're a traveling man, and what they mean by, and this comes directly from the old Templar ritual, and it stands as a positive factual link of the continuity between ancient secret societies and modern Freemasonry. Is they'll ask if they're a traveling man, and the meaning behind that is one traveling from west to east, east being the source of knowledge.
Or illumination.
Ah.
It's also the point where the sun rises, which goes back to the first religion, which was the cosmology, where all of these religions and secret societies sprang from, which was the worship of the sun, the source of illumination, the source of warmth, the source of all life, the source of everything, rises in the east every morning, and is in fact, for those who really understand, the morning star. Is that not correct?
Absolutely, and that gives a great illumination, if I may say so, as to why the worshipful master sits in the east of the lodge, and also why during the ritual, when a young unknowing Freemason like myself is brought in and has a degree conferred upon him, he circumnavigates it as he walks around in a circle from all the points of the lodge, going from the worshipful master in the east to the junior warden in the south to the senior warden in the west, and then back to the master in the east. He is traveling as the earth travels around the sun in a circle of worship, and it might even be a direct reference to Solomon's circle. And if you've told me yourself, Bill, about the traveling man, that too has been used by communists, hasn't it?
Yes, in fact, anyone who knows anything about the Internationale, or the secret society known as the International, the Communist Party, the International Socialism, if you studied them, the same passwords are used by them. All of these organizations are one. Socialism stems from the mystery schools. That's where it comes from. You'll find that most of the mystery schools preach the tenets of the Communist Manifesto, written by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, whom, by the way, just wrote it. They were the hacks who fronted for it. They did not make it up. It came out of ancient documents and an ancient philosophy. And the password is the same. Are you a traveling man? And that's how communists identified themselves to each other from cell to cell and country to country, and kept their business secret. And I got that straight out of the files of the Federal Bureau of Investigation in their investigations of the International, the Communist Party, International Socialism. They're all the same. Freemasonry, the Knights of Malta, the Rosencross, they're all the same organization, folks. And remember, one of their tenets is, and in fact, Adam Weishaupt said this, the strength of our order lies in its concealment and in its many different names, appearing under many different names and many different occupations, sometimes even appearing to oppose ourselves. But at the highest levels, they're all the same, because they use the system to coerce the people to go along what they want. If they want to change something in a certain direction, they'll look at the population, the society, the problems that exist, and they will intentionally foment a problem in order to get the people to cry for an answer to that problem, which will be the direction that they want to take that society into. They will create two opposing groups. At the top of these two opposing groups will be their people, so that it's a controlled conflict, bringing about a controlled resolution or a desired end. And you guys better wake up to this. I'm telling you, you better wake up to it. You better pay attention to what you're hearing here. You better realize that this young man sitting next to me is a hero. He's risking his life to bring you this information, as are many other people operating out of the public eye. You may never, ever in your life know who they are. They're working to save your freedoms for you. And sometimes I have to sit back and watch it. Why are we all doing this? Why am I doing this? Why is he doing this? Why are all these people doing this when most of you out there sit back and do nothing? I have people write me letters and say, I don't want to be in your mailing list because somebody might get your mailing list and they might know who I am. I've had other people write and say, what is that symbol that's over your name when you sign your name on your documents? That's the sign of something evil, and I don't want to be a part of your organization. That's fine with me, folks. To tell you what that is, for those of you who are interested, that's a chop. It was given to me as a gift by the head of the accounting department of the last college where I was the executive director. She was Chinese, went home to Hong Kong for Christmas, and brought that back for me. That's the way the Chinese people sign their name. It literally means the director, the boss. And I've used it ever since because I like it, and I liked her, and it was a gift. And it personalizes my signature. It means nothing more or less than that. But you are right in asking, but you are wrong in assuming and making assumptions. You're also wrong in hiding. I want you to read my lips. New World Order. There's no place where you can go and hide unless you can get off this planet. And forget about aliens bringing all this stuff about. The only people you have to fear are humans. And being afraid is not going to solve our problems because fear itself is a weapon that they use against us. So, I mean, why, if the majority of people are sheeple and aren't going to help save their own butts, why should you be doing this to save them, Will? Why are you doing this?
I have a very, very easy answer for your question, and you already know the answer. It's obvious that you're doing this for the sake of your audience. Whenever you look at your daughter, I look at my family, whenever I slap my dog upside the head, that's why I'm doing it, because I love people in this world, and I love my people, and my people are not going to be safe until I can make this world safe. I see them in direct danger. And I'd like to say, Bill, you have a wonderful way of cutting right to the heart of many matters. You're right about the continuity of the secret societies. They are all one. And I'm here to tell you, he did not just flip through a few books and see a couple of things and say, okay, they're all one, they're all evil. It's not that easy, folks. We have to read and research and research and research and investigate every single corner of this. And believe me, if it looks like a snake, and it slithers like a snake, and it hisses like a snake, well hell, go ahead and step on its head because it's a snake.
Well, it is a snake. If we go right to the philosophy of all of these secret societies is that man was held prisoner in the Garden of Eden by an unjust, vindictive God. That he was denied his own chance to become a god. And that Lucifer, through his agent Satan, set man free with the gift of intellect, the gift of knowledge. And with that knowledge, man himself can become God. Remember, the promise that Satan made to Eve was that God was lying to them. That if they did indeed eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge, they would become gods. Don't ever forget that. Those who say they are God, those who say they're going to become God, the members of the secret societies, the Mormon Church, others who profess this belief, are practicing the Luciferian philosophy. They have deserted the real true God, and they are following the fallen angel of light, Lucifer, Satan, who is not a god at all. They have all been deceived. If you are one of them, remember, we don't hate you. We are not trying to hurt you. If you want to continue to practice your religion, that is okay with me and any true person who is an American and who believes in the Constitution. It is only when you practice your religion with the aim of taking away my freedoms and forcing me to practice your religion under a New World totalitarian socialist government which you intend to bring about that it becomes not only my business but my duty to stop you. Understand that. And I want to read to you from a book here so that you'll understand where I'm getting to. And I want you to listen very closely to the closing music at the end of our program tonight. This is